Central London people at the start of the bank holiday weekend. It's surprising because I went outside and as you can see there's no one around. It's deserted. There's hardly anybody here in the centre today, so I wonder if they all left maybe to go to the countryside or south of France, because I get it, you know, nobody wants to spend a bank holiday weekend in central London. It's hot, sometimes there are, you know, a lot of people. Occasionally there are too many people, making it almost impossible to move. But luckily not today, which you see, it's relatively deserted. And that's my kind of day, folks. The deserted kind of day. Where lots of people choose to come outside and pull silly faces. In large groups.
More teams will try and play it again. The more we like
decide to enjoy it. Look, they're even waving at us. Hello, yes, hello, happy tourists. I get it, I understand why they're waving. They're waving like, do not bother coming to London. It's horrible, it's busy. Nobody bothers to get dressed up for, you know, pictures, videos, etc. Making an effort for the camera. Never happens here. And I understand why. It's not an interesting city. There's not much to see. The water's dirty, it's disgusting. People are obnoxious and impatient. I get it. However, London has two amazing things that make it worthwhile, despite the deluge of people. What are those things, you're probably wondering? Well, not the red buses, I can tell you that. Those things are spectacular architecture. Okay, that's number one. And this is a very temporary phenomenon. Spectacular weather. Occasionally, you get days like today where everything is just dreamily ideal. This looks so ideal. She's gazing into the distance in a philosophical moment of contemplation. Me too, actually, folks. I'm contemplating why they decided to destroy the London skyline with this wretched wheel. I personally don't think it adds a lot. Yeah, I mean it's a bit tacky and it can, you know, flash different colours for New Year, but oh, what does that mean? I mean, hurry, tourists, before you miss your boat. Yeah, so that's my little take on the London Eye. A lot of you will disagree and say it's amazing. Oh goodness me, look at this. Well, just when we thought it had gone for good, the ball and cup makes a famous return. So who are we thinking is in with the group then, folks, with the people in front? Banana Man on the right, lady with the pink, couple to my left. I mean, I don't know. They've definitely got someone in with them. Let's have a look. What do we think?
This is no good, this is good. Which one? Show me. All mine. Where is? No picture for me, please, brother.
Chap, it's a public place. If you don't like it, move.
Please.
I said it's a public place.
No for me, please, for big man.
Move.
No, move.
I'm not moving anywhere. You want to move me? Move me.
Where is the boat?
Clown. Seriously. You want to move me, chap? You move me. Otherwise you suck it up and you move on yourself, boy. Off he goes. Bye. See ya. That's a shame, isn't it? Like, why are they so shy? I don't understand. They decided to run away. That's a pity. But even more sad is the fact that he's left his little mat. Now, why would he choose to leave his little mat on the floor? Oh well, tough really. I guess that's what happens when you get dopey people with no manners or education thinking they can come and play ball and cup on the bridge and rip off tourists. Never mind. Anyway, onto the boat. Here we go. City cruises, folks. Cruisy. I'm not sure if that's the only. Oh, there's another one, look. It's group number 2. Okay, so what's happening then is that they're turning up, setting it down, playing, and then waiting if and until somebody comes up. And then they're legging it, thinking that I might be... 1 second, Trace, I can't have a thing. Then they're legging it, as you saw with that group, thinking that I'm either filming on behalf of the council, obviously I'm not, or, even worse for them, collecting intel as a plainclothes undercover police officer, which again, I'm obviously not. They don't know that. But that was quite nice actually to get verbally abused on the bridge. I mean, I love a little bit of verbal abuse. I prefer physical abuse if it's directed at me, because I'm happy to deal with it. But verbal's good. Yeah. Okay, so we've got somebody who's just graduated, looking thoroughly lovely in her graduation gown. But annoyingly, what we haven't got on this side are any serious Instagram photo shoots. But, and this is the reason I wanted to walk across here, look at those clouds, folks, just perched above the Palace of Westminster. Really extraordinary, eh? Utterly beautiful. I could almost be, on a day like this, a videographer. I'm a teeny bit distracted, guys, because I'm just keeping a bit of a 360 as I walk around. I'm ready for it, but you never know which side it might come from, so if the video abruptly ends, that will be the reason. I don't think they'd be that stupid in public, but if they are, they are. Anyway, the clouds, yeah, looking good, eh? I mean, looking really good. The mat that was on the other side still hasn't moved. But the group that we're using, that mat has moved, and I can't see at this moment where they are. So what we're going to do... Oh wait, I just saw two. What we're going to do... one second, guys. No, it's okay, they're not following me. What we're going to do is make our way toward horseguards. Next time, guys, I'll bring some buddies with me. Be a lot easier. I never got a problem when I'm out by myself. I can deal with it if it comes, but I prefer to focus on the filming. Just like the tourists. Okay, so we'll go back across and then across again. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck at the bottom. So back onto the scammer side of the bridge. A good chance to look around. 180's clear. Yeah, we're good. Okay, Portcullis House, home to our oleaginous overpaid MPs who couldn't contemplate any more time in normal accommodation, so they built themselves a whole brand new building for people with air conditioning and high-speed internet, just to make sure they didn't have to rub shoulders with their sweaty colleagues in the non-air conditioned offices. Okay, I'm going to dash across because this car, fortunately, stopped the traffic oncoming. Right, so we're back on the normal side of the bridge. Scammers firmly behind us. It's a pity because we've noticed that in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, scammer-free zone. Now, I don't know if it picked it up in the audio, but a couple of the tourists were like, yeah, well done, or thumbs up. Because the majority of people know, but you could see how quickly they vanished. Not only the clown with the actual hand skills, the ball and the mat, but the other two clowns that are with him, they disappeared pretty quick, smart. Completely confirming what I said, and what I've said many times, that there's always at least 2 or 3. But, and I hope one of you will be able to translate for me, 99% certain they're speaking Romanian, maybe Slovakian, but probably Romanian, what the girl said. Okay, they always use a girl, typically with her boyfriend, as the spotter. The girl was definitely the spotter. She said something first. Obviously I couldn't understand what the hell she was talking about. She probably said something along the lines of, oh, that guy's filming you, or look out, you're being filmed, or blah blah blah, whatever, that kind of stuff. So any Romanian speakers watching, and there definitely will be among all of you many thousands of viewers, if you could translate perfectly what the girl said. I don't need a translation of what the stupid guy said, or his sign language, but what the girl said. Now I wonder actually how long it will be until they go back to that spot. They'll be looking obviously to make sure that I have gone, that no one is nearby. And the thing is, I could spend half an hour there, an hour walking after them, filming them, but at some point I will need to leave, and at that point they'll come back. So why spend too much time on it? I proved the point, and it's interesting to note that they're back. It's very unfortunate they're back, but you know what? It's easy money. It's actually literally like picking up cash from the floor from these gullible, vulnerable, and very naive tourists. And that's sad, but that's the reality of the situation. I don't know why everyone's waiting here instead of crossing. Okay, finally it's gone. We'll have a very quick look at our favourite phone boxes, people, because I'm thinking that on a day like today, he caught his bag on the post, almost pulled himself back onto the floor. On a day like today, it'll be really, really, really interesting to see not only what people are wearing, but here we go, look at how they're posing. I'm not sure if these two have realised that Big Ben is actually the other side. Yeah, it's ladies, hello. It's the other side. I'm not sure they've realised. They probably just came around the corner, thought let's get some pictures. Phone box, tourists. Oh wait, what? Oh good lord. Funny, no, folks? Very. Okay, so the queue is modestly sized for the moment. That won't last. And the other phone boxes are pretty busy and happy as well. So here we are. Why am I spending time here? Well, we're at 11:15. So it's likely that if it hasn't finished, the morning inspection will be about to finish, or will finish in the next 5 minutes. We know it's been taking a bit longer recently. Yeah, they really have not figured out that the money shot, this girl is smart, look. The money shot is that way. That's what everybody wants. So it's interesting that they think it's enough just to get good pictures of a phone box. Look, on the right. Very curious, but hey, I mean, sells London, I guess, isn't it? And these two police horse beauties, they're actually going this way, doing a right here. No idea which two they are though, look. Very elegant. Okay, so it's exactly 16 minutes past 11. And there are flies everywhere. It's a very nice day today, guys. It's about... Make way, you naughty boy. It's my friend on a Lime bike. It's... he's so silly. I actually thought for a second there is no way that a tourist... He's still looking back. There is no way that a tourist would say that. Yeah, cheeky little scoundrel. That actually made me jump, but he knew it would make me jump. Make way. Look at this. In the middle of the street, look. There is a lone grey. Strutting its stuff, everybody. Oh, wait. It's going for a gallop now. Seems in a bit of a rush. That's the best ever make way in the history of London. That didn't happen at horseguards. Sorry, anyway, temperature, yes. Oh, hold on a second. So we're going to have a little bit of a repeat of the Spanish incident, remember, at horseguards. This time it was in the other way around, in reverse. Thought it might be the same problem. Seems that might be a bit more normalised now, sort of hitting and pushing and stuff. Then again, kids will be kids. Wow, hold on. What if the entire group are going to try and squeeze in the phone box? Yeah. No, they've got 2 in there and about another 50 outside, which is a lot, but not a record. I can't actually remember how many people squeezed in the phone box that morning that we got the mass invasion. Now, one thing I don't think we're going to have to think about this morning, or indeed this afternoon, to the best of my knowledge, is a Palestine protest. I see no scaffolding, I see no officers hanging around along Whitehall. In other words, it looks like a pretty peaceful, normal day. I mean, I hope it's going to stay that way, but we said that last week, didn't we? And then look what happened. Yeah, kind of kicked off. Now, yesterday was fun. We had one horse that was misidentified, and again, this is going to be an ongoing problem. It's very easy with the hoof numbers to get a 6 and a 9 mixed up. The reason being, sometimes when half the number is obscured, it ends up looking like the exact opposite. If you cut it in half, it's an odd thing and hard to explain, but optically, obviously, when you take the picture, sometimes it's around the other way. Anyway, the horse that was identified yesterday as being Isengard was in fact Carlo. Now that's an interesting one. I would have made a big deal about that, because when I went to Hyde Park Barracks way before the Elizabeth Cup prep, this is going back to the beginning of the year, January, February last year, that is. That was the first horse I ever patted and stood in the stables with. And it was interesting because not only did I think, wow, this horse is giant, but he was very chilled. And I always wondered why I'd never seen Carlo at Horse Guards again. And then we did, yesterday. So I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant with absolutely confirming the name unless the hoof number is crystal clear. If not, I will defer to one of our resident experts. And you know, we've got at least 2 or 3 people that regularly contribute in the comments section that either know or have very comprehensive knowledge of all things HCAV, which is great because we're here to educate and spread knowledge communally, aren't we? I like to learn, and obviously I'm guessing that all of you guys do. Otherwise you wouldn't watch the channel. It can't all be about Romanian bull and cup scammers on Westminster Bridge pointing their fingers at me. So let's see which horses we've got when we get there in a few minutes. Hopefully Kristen. I mean, we all know I've got a weak spot for that horse, but the fact he was on yesterday and then vanished for the second shift does not bode well. Bigger issue, arguably, is that we we won't be getting any lifeguard horses. Silly me, pennies just dropped, folks, that Blues are back. They would have come over and taken over as Kingsguard yesterday afternoon. Which does make perfect sense thinking about it, because we had afternoon changeovers on Wednesday. In fact, we had afternoon changeovers on Monday and Wednesday this week. So yeah, Blues and Royals are back. I mean, that will be interesting depending on which horses they've got, which horses are on duty, and also which troopers are on duty. Now, curiously, the front gates are still closed. Is that because the morning inspection is running late, or, God forbid, actually, no, just the centre. Sorry guys, the small gates are open. I suddenly thought to myself, oh no, it's closed. It is busy here. A lot of you mentioning about issues of focus, people. The camera adjusts itself very rapidly to focus on the nearest subject. So you do get a lot of blurring. It can't be avoided. It will be 10 times worse if I were using an actual dedicated digital camera, because the autofocus on most new cameras, including on my own Lumix GH6, is far slower. And interesting, we've got 5 police officers in the yard along the gate, which is more than usual, actually. Another loud sneeze. Had a lot of those recently. Lots of people here filming this morning. It's like, I'm not going to turn the camera, but a lot of people filming. I'm trying to find my scoundrel friend that made me jump. I'm shall he make way? I'm not going to shout the same thing in his ear, because one, I'm in the yard and it would be disrespectful to the guards, but, and this is arguably much more important, it won't have the same impact because he's probably expecting it. Okay, wow, we've got a trooper, ladies and gents, in the archway as the gatesman, who, under new army regs, is sporting himself a magnificent beard. How's about that? Very Game of Thrones. Looking thoroughly wonderful. Now, I couldn't actually tell you whether it's a new trooper or someone we've seen before, because many, including two that I know very well, I didn't even recognise when they were on duty before, because they look so different. So different. With a thick and heavy set beard. So that fellow over there, I'm not even sure if he's new or whether I've ever seen him before. Cleanly shaven trooper on this side of the yard as the chitsman. And you can see some people have already kind of given up. Look, guy's sitting down there having a little sip of his juice, and I can't say I blame him. If I woke up, looked in the mirror and suddenly thought I'd seen Jesus, I would need some juice as well. Okay, this is actually a familiar, very familiar chitsman. We've seen him many times. He's got no problems with dealing verbally with errant tourists, which is great. So as they've just finished the changeover, one thing I'm very curious about is why these tourists over here are in the archway and the trooper hasn't said a word yet. I don't think he's even noticed them. Look, on the left, look, they're all wandering in. Look at this, they're right inside the archway. I don't think the trooper's noticed. Here comes the fourth family member. He just noticed, but I'm not sure if... look, I'm not exaggerating. That's what you call way over the line, isn't it? In more ways than one. Okay, now I'm not sure if he's new, would know about whether or not there's an issue there. How many gatesmen would accept that, folks? To give you an idea of how far in they are, look. Either a VIP family with diplomatic and military connections and they're exempt from the rules, or this is exactly what I'm just saying. He's new, no? He's got to be new.
He's a new bloke, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think he realises the fact that they're...
This is only just a new recruit.
Ah, here we go. That didn't take long, did it? Oh, goodness. Photographer's mentioning that he's new, the gatesman's new. So that's why he didn't deal with it.
Yeah, he said he must have been a new boy.
Yeah, it's got to be a new... I was saying in the video 5 minutes ago I'd never recognised him, but then again, the ones that have grown beards look so different to when they're cleanly shaven. But I'm pretty sure he's new, yeah. I don't recognise him.
I can't get used to him with the beard.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, isn't it, after so many years
used
without it.
I preferred it when it was clean shaven.
Yeah.
I know I ain't shaven yet, but I mean...
Same, yeah, I know, it's an odd thing, isn't it? Actually, it's I guess it's one of those things that are getting used to it. Just say queen to king, no difference.
King said yes, king said no, so king said yeah.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so hopefully
There's been a load of comments on it. When I've taken one of them, one of the Duke of Horse, and he had a beard on him, and I put it on Facebook and showed them it, and there's a lot of comments saying that they don't like it.
They don't like it. I mean, some ladies love a bit of facial hair, like my own, of course, but plenty don't. Anyway, yeah, so we've confirmed it, guys. He is a new fellow, the new gatesman. Big respect to him. Good to see new people, new blood in the Blues and Royals, and also great to see how quickly the police pounced to deal with those pesky tourists. Okay, to the front. Let me try and get you some... oh, God, wait, hold on. Wait. Damn it, my plan to jump on my friend and scare him has been foiled because he's already watching me. One second. That was actually really funny. That made me jump. I swear that genuinely made me jump. That was a good one. It was funny because I was on the bridge, and you know they cleared all the scammers away. They're back, okay? So they came over to me like, "Stop filming." I said, "You know, if you want me to stop filming, make me. I'm not going anywhere. If you want to move, you guys move. I'm not moving." So they ran off. So obviously at that point, I'm really 360 etc. to make sure that I'm not being followed. So when you screamed at me, I'm thinking, "Oops, now I'm in trouble." That was pretty good.
Policeman's just told him.
Oh, he's just told.
Told him to alert you. If anyone stands in that area, you've got to tell him off.
Yeah. It's surprising. I would have thought the corporal of horse should have
Well,
briefed him.
someone should have told him about the do's and don'ts, don't you? The do's and don'ts.
Yep. The do's that scream at tourists. The don'ts don't scream at tourists.
You do shout and don't. And you shout streamers as well.
Yep, I agreed. Lucky I'm not a streamer. I hate streamers and all these people that record for YouTube, they're super annoying. You good? It's a nice coloured cable. Wow. So which horse have we got, people? It's a beauty, whichever one it is. I'm sure I have to read that number, 1 second. We don't normally have problems with the blues horses, but it's always the first time. He thought, I'm going to scare him. I mean, if he'd actually been wearing, for example, a helmet and a uniform, I would have been doubly scared. You said you're under arrest. Citizen's arrest. Well, this horse has got a giant head and is very, 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 very high up from the ground. An extremely large horse. That's better. Oh, the other one. Is it Ormond? It's not Ormond though, is it? I didn't even look. Andiamo. Right, 1 second, folks. Damn. Forget about it. This one is an absolute mess. There's all sorts of markings and rubbish around the hoof. I don't know, maybe in a dark room I'll be able to read it properly, but out here, no chance. So guys, which one do we think this is? Let's have a little look. We've got no socks at the front, one cute little sock at the back, and the horse's right foot, very small one. Very, very large horse. I would wager probably 18 hands actually, really high up from the ground. The lady trooper, I mean you can see, look, she's about 7.5, 8 feet in the air. It's annoying actually, I wonder if it's a new one they brought along. Let's have a look at the other one. I'll get it at some point, even if that point doesn't happen to be now. This horse is not Ormond at this end, which is surprising considering how many people are filming. Oh wait, it is Ormond. Hold on a second. It actually is. No wonder everyone's filming. Look. All these YouTuber type people. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't recognise you. What are you doing here?
I'm just setting up.
I was wondering why everyone's in a line. Now I just realised why. It's the one and only horse. Yeah, he's like, power to the horses. Okay, folks. Yeah, getting front directly is pretty much impossible because there are, I don't know, about 15 people filming today. A lot of people, but yes, the glory, the wonder, majesty of Ormond with a trooper actually that hasn't been here for a good number of weeks. Look. So the fact the trooper's back and Ormond is back, got to be a positive. I mean, it's got to be a positive. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 people plus me in a semicircle, like an arc on the front of Ormond. So anything that happens in the day with Ormond is going to be captured, I tell you. If not by me, then by someone. First time we've had a full house here in a couple of weeks. But this is the key. If the tourists are not going to get close, it doesn't matter how many people are filming, nobody will get nipped. And it's going to be a real pity, actually, if he doesn't nip anybody. Because his primary role here as Trooper Ormond is to ensure that tourists keep a safe distance between the horse and themselves. Ormond, he doesn't want to look at me. Look, even the tail's swishing. He's like, if you come any closer to where you are now, I'm going to bite your camera. I know you're watching. You spectacular horse. I mean, the good news is that he hasn't bitten anyone yet today. How do I know that? Well, because he would have been taken off. This Ormond's tail as well seems to be so much finer. The hair on the tail seems to be so... In fact, not only on the tail, but on the forelock. Very, very fine hair this horse has compared to some of the larger ones. Pretending to fall asleep again, waiting patiently, where's a tourist, and then boom. Just like right back, like really far back. That way you get an idea of how busy it is in front of Ormond, but at the same time it doesn't give away all the faces, which is only fair, because I am indeed part of it after all. But yeah, big semicircle. So if anyone does get close, that's it, they're in trouble. Okay, so we know it's Ormond at this end. I am, for the moment though, much more interested in the other horse. One, because I don't know which one it is, so I don't know which temperament it has, and two, because most people are not filming it. You're also very interesting to see if the new gatesman hasn't been briefed by the corporal of horse vis-a-vis tourists heading into the archway. I wonder if anyone's mentioned to him what is ordinarily the case at the front. For example, when he does his rounds, if he's even going to do his rounds, and I mean the half-past bell rang a short while ago, he didn't move. If he's even going to do his rounds, whether or not he will shout at anybody or tell people to make way. I know 100% which giant head horses is, but I just can't remember the name. We've seen this horse many times, I'm sure we have. Different kind of beauty to Ormond, but much, much bigger. This one would have to look down at Ormond. It's one of those rare giant blues horses that they keep hidden on the second floor at Hyde Park Barracks. Occasionally you see these big ones peering over the edge. They're tall enough to look over the edge of the balcony. No guys, that is not an optical illusion, and no, he hasn't just visited Ormond and then come to this end. Also sticking his tongue out. I'm desperately trying not to sneeze. Oh yeah. Who's up next? No one, I think. We'll just see what happens to the other guy that had a nasty Ormond experience. Interesting, I walked back inside the gates because normally, with any other gatesman, anyone standing on the bollards while they're getting a picture, down she goes, would definitely get screamed at or told to get down. 100%. Seen that many times in here. A lot of the police don't even like it when people stand on the stone near the entrance to the tunnel, let alone the actual bollards. Why? Because it's kind of a bit odd to be standing up on a bollard in an environment like this. That said, I actually have no idea what those two bollards were originally sunk into the ground for here. The interesting thing will be if this gatesman is new, then the people that work in the shop will not be familiar to him. So if he's been told to shout at people, and he doesn't recognise the shop workers, if he's new, then who knows what might happen if when somebody comes out of the shop, or more importantly goes across the yard into the shop.
You're doing trooping this year?
Say again?
You're doing trooping?
I've got seats in the front row, so I'll definitely be there. Yeah, 100%.
I ain't got any tickets, I'll just go and sit on the right, I'll be down the mount.
Yeah? I mean, to be honest, even having tickets isn't going to help if it's going to be like last year. It was so hot, you just couldn't do anything. Plus you're really like this in the seats. Yeah, they're not well spaced at all.
No,
So
I
if
know.
it's a hot day, 30 plus, I don't know, I might even offer the ticket to someone else. I'll see how it goes. Yeah, last year was a
What, you
struggle.
got the day?
Yeah, in fact, I got 2 of the 3. I got the first 2. Didn't get one in the ballot. On the non-sunny side, which is good, because that side, I mean, yeah, over there, forget about it. It's
I
impossible.
didn't get any tickets this year. So I just didn't get any. I'll do them out.
Yeah.
Do them out.
I mean, to be honest, you're going to get more movement along the mall than you're going to get here.
Single galloping out and everything.
Plus, this is a very hard thing to film, to be honest, because even though it's easy and great to sit there and
You've
watch
got up,
it,
down, up, down, up,
Yes.
down, and then you've got people's heads as well.
exactly that, yep. The up and down, constantly standing and sitting was a real pain last year. People shoving, making
I
space.
was on the corner, I was by the stairs, so I could get out into the middle.
Yeah.
So I got some real good shots last year. But this year I didn't get any.
The best spots are definitely those last final corners next to the stand, maybe just to clamp
just
something, but they were gone.
Like where the staircase is, so you could get out. And then
Yeah.
if you're in that corner, bit right near the Green Park, James Park it's rubbish. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can't, you're going to have to try and get over people's heads.
Yeah, they get sold up real quick, those corner seats, and I can understand why, because you said easy access, plus you get a lot more space to move your arms out on one side.
Well, you can move.
Yeah.
No one says anything. That's where I was last year. Some good shots last year. This year I'll go down the map.
The important thing is
To
there'll be
the
a
top.
few
Do you know
of us
down
who will
here
get all
where
of it.
Buckingham Palace is?
Yeah.
King's Trip and all that lot take the line now. So when they and in the end they all move round because they've got the King's got a plinth, or he's standing on his horse.
Yeah.
He's on his horse, and they go past and they salute as it goes past. It's by near the gates.
Yeah, probably going to see a lot more there than actually being at the parade itself. Yeah. We'll see, folks. I mean, the important thing is that there'll be several of us filming it from different aspects. I also mentioned before that there's no guarantee I'll even be allowed to take my tripod in. So, we'll see. Great thing to watch in person, a very hard thing to film. Logistically, it's a very, very complicated thing to film, kit or not, just because of the way the seating is arranged. And also the fact that they're really firm. This is exactly what I noticed. When I was at the front just now, the half-past bell went and he didn't move.
He hasn't moved.
So the corporate force obviously hasn't told him about.
Nothing.
Yeah, must be a new guy. Oops. Okay, so everyone's wondering. Yep, why he hasn't moved. And to be honest, it makes a lot of sense because what would have happened is that yesterday would have been something of a rush for the changeover, the regimental changeover. This morning, obviously, would have been probably either his possibly second shift, but likely his first shift. And as we know, not all of the corporals of force are out and about mixing with the crowd and talking to the public and so on. Some are in the stable area.
Oh gosh,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a clumsy person.
Or in the guard room, folks, so it's all good. Obviously, he will be briefed when he goes back in because people will have watched the tourists going to the Arches and they'll say to him, no, we can't be having that. I'm sticking with the side view for the moment because the crowd is a nightmare. Lots of people have said actually don't touch it, but there's nothing that says the horse can't be touched. It's 1 minute to the 45 bell, so just keep an eye, folks, through the gate. Rather than stand here.
We had to ruin it.
Got to be fast.
Had to be bloody
Every
ruin it.
time, yeah, every time.
No,
Yep.
no, clear off. Got a decent one.
Got it?
Alright, that's another tick list. Good luck.
Hey, have a good one.
You too, pal. Sorry, love.
Vai lá. Vem, Vi.
Slowly, as there's more room, move back to you there.
Nein, Sternzahn. Ja, ich glaube, ja.
I mean, luckily everyone's choosing this side of the horse for the moment. I don't know how long that's going to last, but works for us. Okay, so the moment has arrived. Whoopsie. Okay, so the gatesman's moving. I'm very, very interested to see what happens, for example, with this couple that are very busy. Ah, damn it. Oh. Hold on a second. He's
He's moved, he's allowed to move.
not only that, he's proper on it as well now. Screamed at them. Okay, this is good, guys. We've got a new gatesman who fundamentally was doing an Ormond. He was lulling everyone, including myself, into a false sense of security, only to then let rip in their faces just now. So we're at the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to lie, he's got a real presence, actually, this fellow. He's got a real presence. Notice his walk is very, very slow, leisurely, like a certain trooper we all admire and greatly miss. This is interesting. That drew a lot of attention, in fact, once he started to walk, because everyone's thinking, myself included, straight away, hold on, his walk reminds me of, you all know who I'm talking about, even this bro in the banana coat sitting on the bollard is thinking to himself, hold on a moment. Suddenly become the most famous guy at horseguards. Look. Look. I'm not sure why he's even why is he sitting there laughing to himself. Oh.
Look at him. He's on the spin. He's on the film.
What is he doing?
He's famous. You're very famous. He's very famous. Yeah, and all these streamers, you're very famous.
The yellow one is good.
Oh, goodness me. Funny German guy. Super funny. What a character. I think he, for a moment, briefly couldn't get up. That's where he found himself glued to the bollard. Involuntarily glued to the bollard. Now, I didn't forget about Ormond, folks, but I've noticed that even though there's plenty of folks here and tons of people filming, no one's getting even close. No tourist is walking anywhere near Ormond. He's too famous, too well known, and to be honest, anyone that knows anything about horse guards will know this horse and will know what happens if you get too close. So until we get a lot of tourists without there being a lot of people filming, there's no chance of something really dramatic happening with Ormond. I sort of predicted that a few weeks ago, so it was only a matter of time. It's a victim of his own success, Ormond. Okay, so New Gatesman is definitely one to keep an eye on, folks. With a voice like that, a walk like that, and more importantly, he did not hesitate actually to scream at everybody. It would have been great to get that from the other perspective, but I was not expecting it. It took us all by surprise. I'll try and move my glasses down, see if I can... Nope. There's nothing that can be picked up on that hoof. But we do know this one. One of you, post in the comments, one of you will remember this from your gallery of Rogue's gallery of blues horses. It's pretty much Q10 plus a blaze and that odd sock. Identical, in fact, in every way, pretty much.
With a horse?
Troopers like, can you take your picture and get lost? Penny just dropped out of the tourist group on my left, which reviewing that conversation, talking about the guard. And somebody just pointed out to them that, hold on, it's a lady guard. They're like, no. Look, people come from across all corners of the former British Empire just to marvel at King's horse Ormond and pay tribute. And the lady in Mandarin is saying, guys, come this way quickly. If you want to see somebody getting bitten, potentially shaken and thrown to the floor, we need to be standing directly in front of the horse. That's where they've gone. I don't speak much Mandarin, but luckily that's one part that I understood perfectly. Here we go, full of tour guides. Let's move forward a little bit, guys, otherwise everyone's going to be walking in front of the camera for the next hour. Okay, there we are. It's closer than I'd like to be, but it's better than having constant issues with autofocus and people's heads bobbing up and down. But even the troopers thinking, hold on a second, why are the tourists not coming to pay their respects to my horse? And we know why, don't we? Because that isn't just a horse. That's a secret weapon.
This is my favorite activity.
Almost become a victim of his own success, isn't he, really? Because everybody knows what's going to happen, they're not going over now. Mark, did anyone actually go over earlier? Anyone actually go over earlier?
Right
or
here.
Keeping really far back? It's too famous, no? No one's even going close. No? Yeah? Busker agrees. The spoil tourist that is by getting so owned in videos. I feel sorry for Ormond. Look. No one's even padding him anymore. I can't tell though actually whether he actually enjoys it being left alone. He's like, oh wait, he does. He just shook his head. What do you think, horsey folk? Would Ormond prefer to be completely left alone and not touched for the whole hour by anyone? Or horses being pretty social creatures. He would like to be patted by at least a few hands during his hour-long shift. What do we think? I'm assuming that he'd like to be given some attention. And he's ready to nip. He wants to nip. You can see it, but if no one's getting there, it's not going to happen, is it? Python. It's a pity actually, because it's a really nice day. It's breezy, etc. I would be expecting tourists to be flooding up to this horse, but they're not. The second I move away though, of course they will. Every time like that. Right, let's try and get right in the middle of this end, folks, and we can focus much better on what's happening here with this horse. Now, shortly, they're going to be changed over anyway. I'm just thinking to myself, will all the gates going to be changed over? I don't think he will. Noon? Yeah, 12 noon, no, he's not going to be. It's all stay at the front. HCAV shoes. Exit right out of the bag. Well, actually, folks, since we've been directly in the front, just look at what's going on with the horse. Okay, close one of the gates, so it's going to be front or yard for everyone in just a few minutes. Yard, no point, I don't think. They're not changing over the foot guards at my quartermain if it's that busy. It's going to be a nightmarish jam. Too many people. They've been directed from the usual side over into the small corner because it's so busy inside. How about Ormond? That's a real pity. No one that I saw in all this time even got remotely close enough to get shouted at. Thankless task. Which two beauties are going to come out, folks? I'm wondering for noon. another picture of the hoof because it's so worn. I think. Wait, let me show you it, guys. Get a really clear picture of it as standing still. This might help, but I doubt it. 1 minute. Okay, the hoof. 1 second, folks. Got a fly crawling on my neck. I can feel it. Okay. So yeah, the hoof. Let me show you the picture I've just taken. Fundamentally, there's nothing there. Look. See that? What's that? Like something. Whatever. Zero chance. Oh, the stories didn't get the memo. Beautiful light there, look at it. The sunlight. Packed, as you can see. The officers always have enough of this guy. Okay, so there's the bell for noon. Oh, God, I scared this horse. Look at the forelock. It's like he got an electric shock. So we have better luck in a moment, folks, with the two new ones and clearer hoof numbers. Part 2 will obviously focus on the two new horses. I'll decide which one to focus on more when I see the two riders. Which two horses? Oh, Ormond, can't wait, look, he's already out of the box. Okay, I think that confirms that Ormond doesn't want to work at all. Oh, here we go again. Absolute complete nightmare with the hoof. I'll see a thing. Nothing on it. No number at all. Sorry? I'm one of the YouTube, but a lot of people film here for YouTube. Yeah, I'm only one of us. Yeah, so it's a good idea not to go forward and grab the reins, because then you'll get shouted at, you'll jump in the air, and all of my viewers will be thinking, oh my god, that lady in the lion jumper, she just got hugely embarrassed at horseguards.
Oh, to keep flicking now, see if I'm on.
It doesn't happen very often here anymore, because since they added the bottom line to the signs last year, it changed a lot of it. But some people do still walk over and grab it, but it's kind of, it's let go. Yeah, a lot of people think that there should be some sort of demarcation, you know, but it's problematic because we're standing now on the public highway. This is Westminster Council controlled. The horse's back legs are on military property, so the horse is effectively in a split jurisdictional state. No, my pleasure. Let's hope the horse doesn't bite her. Oh! No, my pleasure. My pleasure.
I'll look out.
I was so worried then that he was going to push you over. I would have run over and thrown myself to catch you, I promise. My pleasure. Okay, so, a big crush of people. Same problem, guys. You're done?
1 hour. I will
Oh, you missed all the fun then. It happened in the yard. Yeah, the new gatesman over there didn't know the rules about people walking in, so a whole family walked in and stood there.
Didn't say anything.
And the police had to come and throw them out.
That's nice.
But Ormond, I don't think that's going to be happening because too many people know about what he'll do, so they don't want to go close and risk it. It's a shame, but I think this afternoon will be like this all afternoon. But I don't think people are going to be getting thrown on the floor. He's a scoundrel. See you later.
That's it, perfect.
We will focus fix because fundamentally it doesn't actually matter which horse you're looking at. What matters is that we capture interesting interactions. So I'll sort of try and spend 50-50 this end, that end. It's really busy, look. Okay, beautiful sunny day. Take a look first at the other horse. So I was waiting to move because everyone comes up the gate, forms behind. I was completely squashed in there. This end's even worse than that end. Look at it. Now, interestingly, actually, wait, hold on a second. Stop the press. I've never seen this fellow on a horse before in the box. Not that I remember. Now I know him, and it's interesting because he's a gatesman, one of the most popular Blues and Royals gatesmen ever. Now in the box. Regular viewers, do we ever remember seeing him in the box before? I will definitely be focusing on this end, now that I know that this particular trooper is in the box. With a very curious horse. When I break between part 1 and part 2, I'll ID this horse in this box. Because he looks very curious. But, and this is the key, this trooper will not stand for any nonsense at all from the tourists. He's already eyeballing them.
Dito talaga tayo makapasok ng tende. Yan. Okay. Tapa, uy. Uy, ito pa nga. Ito pa nga. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Isa pa. Hintayin yung lumapit. Yeah. Panong iyak? Narinig mo? Nagtawag si JP.
I've got no idea what the joke was. I think they were speaking Thai. I don't recognise the language. Well done, bro. And the thumbs up at the end. Of course, it's got an Ormond-like viper face, but obviously it's not Ormond. I wonder actually if they're now going to let the existing numbers on the hooves grow out and maybe stamp them somewhere else instead, so that none of us can ID the horses. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that order's come down. Because I know that the troopers have been told not ever to reveal the names of the horses if people ask her at the front. So that's an interesting development. Right, I think I have just about figured out which one it is. One second. Look at the list. 4 part 1 finishes.
Don't stand close, stand far away, okay? Yeah, just where that lady stood there.
I'm reasonably certain, one of you will be able to confirm this, but I'm reasonably certain from looking at the number and also familiarity with the horse, this is Sparta. I'm 95% certain this horse is Sparta. Hopefully you fine folks would agree with me.
Literally knows everyone that stands the other side.
I'm going to break in a moment, folks, and we'll be back for part 2. Well, Sparta's a curious one, not really a nipper, but definitely a curious one.
Is it Charlie?
It's been a while since I saw this horse, so anything could have changed. No, it's definitely one out there. It's always if you can so far back. Let's see. There we go. Perfect picture with a super cute horse to finish part 1.
Yeah, okay, what do you want to do now?
Back shortly, guys, in part 2. Why she's hesitating. She made me hesitate. 1 second. Oh, hi to the trooper. He's got a very, very gentle face, actually. Back shortly. Bye for now, guys.